Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation Thunderball, turn 9.8 KMT. It is July 1940. I have 6 IPP to spend. I'll purchase 1 artillery for 4 and save 2. I don't have any combat movement, but I did contemplate doing 1 round of combat against Kwai Chao. Trying to get like maybe two hits, maybe 3 hits, and he would have 14 pips on defense, so he'd have basically 1 hit he'd average doing to me. So if I could do 2 or 3 hits, that seems like a good exchange. The problem is I'm attacking into mountains, and I just don't have anything with a good attack value. So that means I have to make up for it by attacking with a lot of units. Let's say I went in there with 36 pips, but really most of my units are going to be attacking at 2. So you can imagine 18 dice at 2 is just one way to think about it. And I would average 3 hits. But 18 at 2, there's a lot of potential that I could average 4 or more hits, and then I end up stuck in Kwai Chao. And some of my forces are here, and some of my forces are here, and then Silk can attack either one. So the advantage of doing some attrition against Silk is not sufficient enough to merit the risk of dividing my forces. So once again, I'll take the coward's path and do nothing. I will place 1, I'm not having any non-combat movement. I'm going to place my 1 artillery in Yunnan. I'll just add that chip in there. And I will collect 1 IPP plus 2 for the Burma Road. And I have the 2 that I saved, so I end the turn with 5 IPP. Now we'll start USA's turn. Peacetime income increase. PBE generated a 1, so USA's income increases to 40. PBE giveth and PBE taketh away. So last time I got a 12, this time I got a 1. I also noticed that Boston Bruce has kind of mirrored me. I got a 10 with USA, he got a 10 with Russia. Then I got a 12 with USA, then he got a 12 with Russia. So Bruce, why don't you just continue to follow my pattern, my friend? Tech rolls. I have 7 tech rolls. First, I tried for advanced artillery at a 7 or higher. PBE generated a 5, so I failed. Second, I tried for improved construction at a 7 or higher. PBE generated a 3, so I failed. Third, I tried for jet fighters at an 8 or higher. PBE generated a 5, so I failed. Fourth, I tried for long-range aircraft at an 8 or higher. PBE generated a 2, so I failed. Fifth, I tried for large ship construction at an 8 or higher. PBE generated a 10, so I succeeded and advanced to stage 3 on large ship construction. Sixth, I tried for heavy strategic bombers at a 9 or higher. PBE generated a 10, so I succeeded and I complete heavy strategic bombers. Seventh, I tried for strategic rockets and PBE generated 9, so I succeeded and advanced to stage 3. Purchases. I have 58 IPP to spend. I'm going to get 2 Marines. Let's go over here so we can look at my purchases. I have 58. I'm going to get 2 Marines for 8. I'm going to advance the carrier that I start the game with at stage 3. I'm going to advance it to stage 2. That costs me 5. I've been trying to wait for improved construction, thinking that after 4 turns, I would have generated, I guess it's only been 3 turns. I would have generated at least 1 and get to stage 3, but it's just apparent that I just need to pay full boat. So I'm going to advance that for 5. That brings me up to 13. I'm going to lend lease the British a fighter for 10. That brings me up to 23. I'm going to lend lease the Free French an artillery. That'll cost 4. That gets me up to 17. And I will... No, I'm sorry. It gets me up to 27. Lost track of my account there. And then I'll lend lease the artillery to KMT for 4. That'll put me up to 31. I had 58, 31, save 27. Okay, I don't have any combat movement. Non-combat movement. Let's go over to the East Coast for a real brief non-combat move here. These two coastal submarines are going to move down south 1. I do have Puerto Rico, so I have to end my turn adjacent to territory that I possess. That's all that's happening here on the East Coast. Now let's go over here to San Francisco and Hawaii. And Midway is my main thing. So in this fleet, I do have a naval transport. That naval transport will go 1, 2, 3 back to Sea Zone 25. So from Sea Zone 22 to Sea Zone 25 with a naval transport, and then go into port in San Francisco. This one that's in port is going to pick up this infantry and this anti-aircraft artillery and carry them 1, 2, 3 and drop them off here in Midway. So the net effect is those two, I'll double these two, so there'll be a chip under here and a chip under here. And then the only other move here in the Pacific, these two coastal subs will move from Sea Zone 30 into Sea Zone 29. Let's see if there's anything else that I have to do. Oh yeah, and then I'm going to have this fighter here, that guy, is going to fly over to Midway. Anyway, goodbye airbase. This is a fiasco. Okay. Okay, placement of units. I'm going to put 2 Marines down in San Francisco. Got to walk around my board here. I can reach from this side. So these guys got carried over to here. That airbase get put up. Okay, I think let's put this guy up here. And we already advanced the fleet carrier. Lend-Lease. I think we'll get most of the board on here. So the British fighter will get built in Washington, D.C. It will embark in this port, and it's actually a shipyard, and travel over here to this shipyard and debark in southern England. The Free French artillery will get built in Washington, D.C., embark in the shipyard, travel down to northern Algeria, and debark in northern Algeria. The KMT artillery will get built in San Francisco. I'm not going to put that on camera. Travel over to Burma, debark, and then take the Burma Road up into Yunnan. That means that Yunnan will end with 4 artillery. That's the only difference there. Collect income. I collect 40. I had 27 saved. So the United States ends the turn with 67. End around, remove the damage markers from Sea Zone A28 and I-12. And Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Germany receives 5 and ends the round with 60 IPP. USSR receives 3 IPP and ends the round with 47 IPP. I have Britain with 30 IPP, but doesn't have a militia in Aden. Hambone, you let me know if you want to keep the Aden militia and take another militia out of Great Britain somewhere. Okay, Boston Bruce instructed me to roll for heavy armor at 8 or higher because he has that tech roll from Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. PBE generated an 11, so he advances on heavy armor to stage 1. Next up is Panzer J with turn 10.1, Germany.